Hi beautiful. It always makes me so sad to hear people say that they hate their natural hair. Like, girl, no, you just have to get in that moisture and take your time. In the next 8 minutes, you will perfect your wash and go routine. We're starting off with this old slick back ponytail, which I loved, but I have to wash this hair. Make sure to double cleanse when you wash to have your hair squeaky clean. So first we're going to section into 4 parts, and we're going to start off with oil on your hair while it is still wet. Now, water, yes, moisturizes your hair, but it is the oil that is going to lock that moisture into place. Today we're just going to be using an Aunt Jackie's simple oil, going 1 small section at a time. So you're going to take some of that oil on the root of your hair and then massage it throughout the length all the way to the ends. Following up with Cream of Nature conditioner, we're going to rake this into our hair after it's moisturized, detangle. Now this can take time, but it's so important to perfect that wash and go. You're going to want to make sure that that brush is able to smoothly go through your hair. Next, we're going to take Cream of Nature Curl Activator, take a dollop of this and rake it 1 section at a time into your hair. Once the product is really immersed into your hair, you're going to go ahead and shingle your hair, pulling the product down the length of each strand and twisting as you go. And I'll just be repeating this again and again throughout the section until we reach that last bit of hair. The big thing about this is taking your time. As you can see, I split one of those 4 sections into 2 parts just to make sure I can really get product all the way throughout my hair. And so even when you're adding in your curl activator at the end, you really want to make sure you're coating all of your hair and taking your time as you're shingling, not doing it in too big of parts because your hair is going to get frizzy throughout the week, throughout your maintenance of your wash and go. And so when you're actually doing it, it's important to just be patient, put on a good show, put on a YouTube video, and shingle out the hair in small parts. I love this curl activator because it's not too heavy and it just blends perfectly with the conditioner. Of course, it's white right now, but it's going to fade out. And I'm just going to repeat this process again for y'all. So you're going to add in that oil, rake it through, add in conditioner, detangle. I don't even show the whole detangling process here. It takes time and I make crazy faces because it hurts sometimes. But after detangling, you're going to add in that curl activator again. And as you can see, the curls are just popping, bouncy, moisturized, and it's just so satisfying seeing your hair really soak up that moisture. I think a lot of times with type 4 hair, we have a hard time because we don't understand how much moisture our hair actually needs. Also, shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers. Her vlogs are so calming and just nice to watch. I did not feel like doing my hair today, but it was very refreshing to at least be filled up while I was doing it. And here is a close-up of this process. Again, you can see the curls just bouncing around as you go through one at a time, twisting, pulling the product down the length of your hair, making sure that every single strand has been touched by that oil, by that conditioner, and by that curl activator. Now, as you're doing your hair, inevitably it is going to dry up. And so if you need to go take a step back into the restroom and add some water back onto your hair, make sure that you do that because you need to be locking in moisture. If you're adding oil on top of dry hair, there's nothing to lock in. You really want to make sure that your hair is at least moist as you're adding the products onto it, especially as you're adding on the oil. So as many times as you need to, get up, go to the sink, add some more water onto your hair just to refresh it before you continue the process. And after this, you can either let it air dry for a few hours. It is like 8 degrees Fahrenheit where I live right now, and so I cannot afford my hair being wet the next morning, and so I just took the blow dryer on low heat, let gravity help me by turning my head to the side, and started off drying the curls. The middle of your head you'll find might be really hard just because there's so many layers right at that point. Hair is going in so many different directions. So again, with this, take your time, be patient. Our hair takes time to take care of. It really does. And so you have to be really intentional and patient with this process. It's tiring, that's why I'm not smiling in this section of the video, but the end product is definitely worth it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish drying my hair out, and you'll see when I'm done I feel a little bit better about the whole thing. So as you can see, the curls are so defined, my hair is moving, it feels so good, I love it, and I'm just gonna let it air dry while I sleep for the night. It is the next morning. The shrinkage is insane. It's so crazy. We're gonna go back in with that oil, and I'm gonna just stretch my hair out, putting oil on my hands to make sure I don't frizz my hair up. I love just using this blow dryer method to stretch your hair. Banding is also a great method, but like I said, it is 8 degrees Fahrenheit here. My hair was still a little bit wet, and so I had to dry it. If I stepped out of the house with wet hair, I promise you I would have gotten sick. Stretching your hair just impacts the length so much, like this is insane, but I'm just going to continue going throughout my head, one layer at a time, gently pulling on the edges and applying some heat at the root. Honestly, I did apply more heat than I would have preferably applied, solely because I needed to dry my hair, but as far as stretching, I just pull a tiny bit, and then we'll go in with a pick or wide tooth comb and gently tease the roots just a tiny bit to fluff the hair up. Don't really fluff up the top layer, as you can see me doing like in between at that one section, and then just go in with your hands and shape your fro however you want. And this is kind of the fun part, just letting your hair do its thing. It's never going to be completely even, it's just going to be beautiful. And I did my makeup and we are all set, y'all. This is the final wash and go look. You can maintain by banding it at night. That's what I prefer to do, and then picking it out in the morning. And this should last you a little while, and you can always refresh with a twist out. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to see you love your type 4 hair and perfect your wash and go. Bye.